October 2020, the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization received this footage from Logan Canyon, Utah. As per the witness, he and his son were driving through a popular rifle hunting area when they spotted a dark figure walking along a creek bed. While he assumed this was a hunter, he couldn't explain why they were wearing all brown during an active rifle hunt, especially given that it's illegal to not wear a certain amount of orange. Nevertheless, the witness didn't stop to investigate since he was due to attend a meeting. Still curious, however, he and his son revisited the scene a few days later. Concurrent to this, the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch team arrived unannounced. Together, they attempted to gauge the size of the subject. Using a 6-foot-tall, 200-pound man as a reference point, they estimated that the figure was 7 to 8 feet tall and twice as wide. Although Sasquatch are primarily associated with North America, sightings of the creature stretch as far as Australia. They're the oldest organisation dedicated to investigating these alleged creatures is Australia Yowie Research. On April 2nd, 2021, a 4-person team travelled to the Gold Coast hinterland. 2 days into the expedition, the group set up base camp in Springbrook National Park. Following a meal, researcher Buck Buckingham left the lively camp to practice with their latest thermal camera. An hour before midnight, Buck radioed the team about a possible ongoing sighting. 50 meters away from the camp, he'd spotted a large head looking around a tree stump. As he zoomed in, he realized that there were 2 massive heat signatures. Concerned that the figures looked too small on the viewfinder, Buck momentarily stopped recording to reset the zoom. Before he could press record again, however, the creatures silently left. Adhering to Buck's instructions, the team were able to determine where he and the figures were standing. Based upon the size of the foliage the subjects were standing behind, their estimated height ranged between 8 and 9 feet. A sincere but admittedly eccentric personality, Tennessee resident Scott Carpenter was an avid outdoorsman and amateur Sasquatch researcher. Despite his earnest efforts, however, it's generally accepted that the majority of his recordings were pareidolia. That is, with the exception of this video from 2012. Shot using his back camera, it shows a strange white-coloured figure crouched down behind some foliage. On its own, the footage wouldn't be all that remarkable, but when considering Scott's honest reputation, it becomes that much more intriguing. The self-described Bigfoot hunter, Robert Dodson, was either adored or despised for his unconventional research methods. Rather than search for the Sasquatch, he attempted to lure them to him via bait traps. On September 16, 2014, Dodson left a mix of fruit and meat at his Oklahoma research area. Around 9:30 p.m. that night, the researcher was panning across the trees when he noticed a pair of glowing eyes by the bait.
Foi publicado o edital da Prefeitura de Dourados, no Mato Grosso do Sul, com 191 vagas e salários de até...
What do you keep dunking down for, damn it? You don't like that light, whatever the hell it is.
Following this extended game of hide-and-seek, Dodson charges the subject against his better judgment.
Damn, I wish I'd put the battery in that damn, thing, shit. Don't do this at home. Whatever you do. Right over here, don't ever do this. Right off and all the turn around, let the camera see it. That was a rock. Oh shit. Behind me there.
Concerned about further aggressive behaviour, Dodson eventually left the area. When he later returned, he placed a marker at the ice's highest point. While some skeptics had argued that they belonged to a deer, Dodson calculated that they stood around 8 feet. The night before Halloween 2013, brothers John and Joel Brown were sitting outside their rural Washington property when they heard a light tapping directly behind them. By now, this type of strange activity had been going on for over a year. Believing it could be Sasquatch related, the brothers had borrowed a thermal camera from researchers at the Olympic Society. As such, they were ready with the camera when they heard the series of knocks. Immediately, John began scanning the field. Among the bellowing herd of cows from the farm next door, he noticed a distinct heat signature. Unsure how to record, John handed the camera over to Joe. By the time he started recording, however, the figure had already changed position. Now approximately 120 feet away, its upper half was peeking over a ridge. Using a scale pole, researchers determined that the subject was at least 7 foot tall and 4 foot wide. Despite suggestions that the figure was a cow's ears are clearly noticeable on thermal camera. While the mainstream consensus is that Bigfoot is flesh and blood, there is a fringe within the fringe that contends the supernatural. A YouTuber whose research may lend credence to this controversial theory is Ohio photographer